Markets are messy. Emotions are messier. And when a public company is literally hoarding millions of ether while promising to turn some of it into recurring yield, the internet will split into two camps: sell. This is a bubble. And buy more. This is a generational buy. Bitmine's balance sheet is enormous. The company reported roughly 4.203 million ETH, 193 BTC, and $979 million cash. Combined crypto plus cash is almost equal to $14.5 billion as of January 19th. Shareholders approved increasing authorized shares from 500 million to 50 billion, giving management legal flexibility and sparking dilution concerns. The Vegas meeting, the split audience, and the human side of investing. Let's start with what's not numbers, feelings. You described a scene many of us know well, the investor conference that becomes the Rorschach test of a company's story. Half the crowd walks away thrilled, the other half grumbles. On red days, markets falling, these reactions get amplified. People who were at the Las Vegas annual meeting bring their own context. Seats reserved, trips booked, expectations set. People who watched clips or read threads bring different context. Both sides are valid. Both sides are loud. And both sides will form strong opinions. Why that split matters for BMNR specifically. Bitmine's narrative is not a simple quarterly sales story. It's a transformation pitch, from miner to public Ethereum treasury that runs staking infrastructure and selectively invests. That's a nuanced, multi-year thesis. It attracts evangelists and skeptics in equal measure. Some investors want fast, visible operational metrics, more staking now, faster revenue. Others see this as a long runway where accumulation and optionality pay off over years. Neither view is inherently wrong, they just trade different timelines and tolerances for noise. Imagine going to a car show. Half the people care about horsepower and can't stop talking torque. The other half care about design and long-term resale value. BMNR is the concept car that promises both horsepower, staking yields, and future collector value, huge ETH treasury. People arguing in the comment sections are basically showing you whether they drove sports cars last year or plan to collect classics. Big numbers on the balance sheet. Why people stop and stare. The headline: as of January 19th, Bitmine valued its combined crypto plus cash assets at $14.5 billion, anchored by 4,203,036 ETH, 193 BTC, and nearly $979 million in cash. That ETH stash alone is roughly 3.5% of circulating ETH supply. Yes, one company controlling several percent of the world's ETH is a market-moving fact. Why that matters in plain language. Most public companies have bank accounts and goodwill. Bitmine has a vault of a highly tradable, sentiment-driven asset. When ETH goes up, BMNR's balance sheet balloons. When ETH goes down, the same balance sheet shrinks. That's headline volatility. So investors ask, how do you turn that volatility into steady cash flow? The answer, for Bitmine, is staking, but more on that soon. Picture a publicly listed company owning a mountain. On sunny days the mountain sparkles and investors bring champagnes. On stormy days, it looks like a slippery avalanche slope. The difference is whether the company runs a profitable ski resort on that mountain, staking plus services, or simply points to it and says, "Trust us." By the way, if you are getting value from this video so far and want more like this, please like the video, it means much to us, and hit the subscribe button, and comment the word more. Just go ahead and type the word more so I know. Now that you have commented, let's continue. The share increase. Permission versus printing. At the Vegas meeting, shareholders approved a major charter amendment. Authorized shares were increased from 500 million to 50 billion, a permission slip to potentially issue lots more stock in the future. The vote passed with about 81% of votes cast in favor. That broad approval tells you many shareholders are comfortable granting the company flexibility, but it also makes the dilution question real and immediate for price-sensitive traders. Important legal nuance, and the market nuance that follows authorized shares are not the same as issued shares. Authorized shares only set the legal ceiling. The board still must choose whether to issue, and on what terms. Issuing shares to buy ETH at prices well above NAV is weird. Issuing shares to buy ETH when your stock trades at a discount could be genius, buy cheaply versus underlying assets. The problem is timing and trust. If investors fear management will issue a ton of shares at low prices, they'll sell first and ask questions later. Giving the board 50 billion authorized shares is like giving your captain permission to print extra tickets for a concert. He might print enough to sell to wealthy friends at a premium. Great. Or he might print them all and hand them to the stage crew to fund renovations. Less great. The key is how the captain uses that power. Management signal, we won't sell below MNAV, and why that calms people. In the face of dilution fears, management tried to reassure shareholders. They stated they would not issue equity below market net asset value, MNAV, a metric that compares enterprise value to the company's crypto holdings and cash. At some reported moments, BMNR traded at around 0.86 times MNAV, meaning the stock price implied a discount to the company's asset backing. Management's pledge intends to avoid the destructive reflex of selling shares at sub-NAV prices and then using those proceeds to buy assets while diluting shareholders unfairly. Why this matters? If management keeps that discipline, it reduces the immediate risk of a value-destroying financing. But it's a promise, not a legally binding guarantee. The market will want receipts, actual filings showing buybacks, disciplined use of share authority, and conservative issuance terms. In short, words help sentiment, filings and execution keep it. Imagine someone promises not to sell your rare comic at less than the price you think it's worth. That promise is comforting, but you'd sleep even better if you saw them lock it in a safe with 2 locks. Staking, the engine buyers keep asking for. Until recently, many investors said, "Nice vault, but where's the yield?" Staking is the obvious lever. Stake ETH, earn protocol rewards, reduce liquid supply, and create a more durable revenue stream. January changed the conversation. Multiple on-chain trackers and company filings show Bitmine dramatically increased staking activity. The firm staked about 771,000 ETH within a 2-week period, representing nearly 19% of the company's total holdings at the time. Company disclosures also put total staked ETH at far higher totals as January progressed. What staking does for the business? Creates recurring yield, even a few percentage points on billions of dollars scales quickly. Reduces readily tradable supply, which, if demand rises, tightens markets and can lift prices. Provides an operational platform argument for institutional customers once Maven, Made in America Validator Network, is commercialized. But staking is operationally tricky and custody-heavy. You need robust validators, insurance, secure custody, and a plan for slashing risk. That's why management's previous pace was measured, and why the sudden acceleration in January mattered. It showed they were past planning and into execution mode. However, these are possibly symbolically 300x opportunities. Note this as well. Note this as well. Daniel 7 verses 25 to 27 tells us, "And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws. And they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and the dividing of time. But the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion, to consume and to destroy it unto the end. And the kingdom and dominion, and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven, shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominions shall serve and obey him." Want more information about the books of prophecy? Please check the description section. That's the end for now. If you have watched until the end, drop a comment like this: "I stayed until the end." Just comment that I stayed until the end. When I see this comment, I will give you a heart. 3 more favors I request from you. First, like this video, subscribe, and then turn on the notifications bell. If you do this, you greatly encourage us to continue bringing to you more insightful videos. Do not miss out on our future videos. All I am asking is your subscription. Thank you for joining me today. Your support means so much to us. Do not hesitate to share this video to help someone who may benefit. I recommend that you watch the next video, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts about today's video. Wish you God's love.